We are in Abidjan, capital of Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Felix. I'm the territory manager for Ghana for Paystack.
Now, you've done many things, and one of the things that people have been hungry, thirsty for is some failure stories. So why don't you tell us about your failure and your success and what you're doing now?
So I started a company about 6 years ago, basically trying to produce biodegradable plastic using organic materials. Unfortunately, after going through the entire prototyping phase and getting a prototype ready for market, unfortunately, the legal regulations did not allow us to launch. But I learned a lot from this experience. I built a lot of connections in the industry. And since then, now I have joined Paystack, which is a Pan-African fintech. And we basically allow businesses to collect payments digitally.
Now, I think since you are both part German, part Ghanaian, why don't you tell us about that trajectory and your thoughts on where do you feel comfortable now?
I mean,
where are you excited to work?
I'm very much excited to work in Africa. Ghana is definitely home, but I definitely have designs on having more of a Pan-African future in my career. I do not have much of a desire to work in Europe, but definitely open to spending some time here and there.
And what else I love that music that comes in. So we might cut this part out, or we might leave it in. Do you want to tell us about the other startup? Because you were a bit early in the market.
Right, so in 2013, I started a company called The Grocers, or co-founded rather.
The
Grocers, yes. And it was a grocery delivery service similar to Instacart or Glovo. And this was in 2013, before any of these platforms ever came to Africa. But unfortunately, we had our key partner pull out after 2 years of operation, and we had to run helter-skelter. We were, however, lucky enough to be able to find somebody to acquire the company, just as the lights were starting to go out, and give us new life. And we were able to exit with a good sort of golden parachute.
And we should also wrap up with a commentary about why the bioplastic startup failed. It's because of regulation, right?
Exactly. So industrial hemp is, a form of cannabis that does not have any THC. Unfortunately, the entire genus of the plant is basically considered to be the same as marijuana.
In Ghana, that's the critical market.
Correct, in Ghana. And funny enough, now, this year, they've released regulation to legalize the use of industrial hemp. So might just go back and try it out again.
So there you go. If anybody doubts that law matters, it can make markets, it can destroy markets.
Exactly.
And you can be too early into a game, kind of like with grocery delivery. And so those are the big takeaways. And I asked you, is failure overrated? Because everybody says fail fast, fail often.
Right. So I think it's less about the failure itself, and I think it's about the journey up until the failure. I think that you would learn the same things if you went past that point and continued on to succeed. The failure itself is not really what you should be looking at, but rather all the things that got you there.
Okay. And what do you think? Is that a wrap? Do you want to say any final last words? Any myths to bust? Anything? People are saying that Abidjan is the future hub of Africa. There's a guy from Lagos saying, no, Lagos will still be great. What do you think? Is it Accra?
I think it's Ghana. It's Ghana. I think the Nigerians have had their turn. Abidjan will come a bit later. Right now, it's time for Ghana.
Wow. And you're saying this because you're Ghanaian, or?
I'm biased, but I still believe it in my heart.
And you said that some of the factors that make you love where you work right now is that the company founder is a multimillionaire of Paystack, actually knew you by name when you walked in.
Exactly. Paystack, I would say, is one of the best places to work in Africa.
African-founded unicorn,
African-founded unicorn. Unicorn is a strong word, but was acquired by Stripe 2 years ago, in 2020 actually, for $200 million, which is a lot in local currency. They've really made it into a place where you really feel valued as a member of the community.
You said it was the meaning of the work. It wasn't just because you could make more money maybe somewhere else doing something else.
Right.
But you said there was meaning, you feel valued, and those are the big factors.
Those are the really big factors. And honestly, every single colleague I have is just an incredible human being. I learn new things every day. It's just a great place to work.
Oh, Paystack people, maybe you want to help make this go viral.
Yeah. Let's go live.
And by the way, you have no competition from outside companies in Africa. Your payment solutions, Paystack is the big player, is that right?
We're one of them. I think it varies from market to market. In Nigeria, we process more than half of all online payments.
Okay.
It's maybe not as much in other markets, but we're hoping to get to that line soon.
Okay, there you go. I think we did a good job. Yeah?
Yeah.
Nothing else left to say?
Nope.
Except, I guess, visit Accra
Exactly.
because maybe that's the future innovation hub. We'll find out.
I know it is.
Thank you very much, Felix.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers.